361.8, and then
nice. So it's all right. Give me 1 sec because that's crazy. That's why no one was saying nothing. I was so confused. Okay, so for some reason, oh, here we go. Um,
Yes, it's I'm using the wrong, not using the right microphone. This is from the webcam mic. That is really strange. Not sure. All right. Let's see. How's it working now?
hello, hello. Yeah, that's not it. Gosh, well, we're having some technical difficulties. So just gonna go like that.
All right, is it working now? I mean, I think it's working. I can see it working. Anyway, back to the show. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We build it as we fly. This is a live show, so it is what it is. Anyway, I'm just gonna restart this. Sorry, y'all. This was I was wondering why no one was saying anything when I was, going over the stuff in the beginning of the show. But I guess I'm gonna have to just repeat all that to be honest. But I can kind of go over it with here. Here. Um, yeah, that's unfortunate. I was like, why aren't you guys saying anything? But it is because you guys couldn't hear anything. Anyway, so we're going over the Mark 7 GTI today. As you can see, this went from 2015 to 2017 with the facelift. In 2018, that means that's when the Mark 7.5 came out. But today we're going to be focusing simply on the Mark 7. So 2015 to 2017. I was saying this earlier. I have to say this all over again. Anyway. So why am I doing this car? Gosh. Sorry, I'm not feeling too good. This whole week has been kind of rough for me. Anyway, this has a very special place in my heart. Shout out to Ahmed. He inspired me to do this video today. He has a Mark 7 GTI, and it's literally one of the fastest front-wheel drive cars I've ever been in. The turns, it's able to just turn in so quickly, and it's crazy because I've never been in a car this that can handle this well. And it's a front-wheel drive car, and you know me, I don't like front-wheel drive cars. I think they're fundamentally inferior, if you want to call it that. But being in that car and just sitting passenger, I was like, wow, this is so impressive. Like, very little sliding or anything. Like, it just was on rails. We went to the Tail of the Dragon. If you're familiar, it's up there in Tennessee. And it was one of the best cars out there. Like, we were going faster than Porsche Cayennes. We were beating like 911s as well. I mean, he was just going crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that's why we're doing it today. He has a Mark 7 GTI. His has an upgraded turbo, I believe, from the Golf R, so it's making some pretty good power. And yeah, these ones, though, like stock, they are pretty good. A lot of people don't or overlook the GTI because of the power numbers stock and because it's front wheel drive. However, if you get it tuned, it's good. But stock, it's actually very good. It's a good car. It's reliable. It's economic. It's very cheap. Like when you look at these online, they're really cheap. It's pretty crazy how cheap these are online, given the performance they give. And also, it's like, what other car are you going to have that has like a dual clutch that's going to be pretty cheap? And yeah, dual clutch on these are really good. You can get a manual too. I don't knock people for driving manuals. I used to be a manual fan myself. However, as the years have gone on, I've said, you know what? I'm done with the manual. I'm good. I like driving automatic cars. I'll drive a manual in order, like occasionally just to keep practice, but I'm not really a big fan of manuals anymore. They're just really inconvenient to drive unless you're driving something really special. Anyway, so let's just restart all this. So for the 15 and 16 model years, it came with the CXCA 2-liter turbo inline-4 engine, making 217 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. And then in 2017, they introduced a CXCB motor. These two motors are almost pretty much identical. The only problem is, the only difference is that the CXCB motor just has, it's just a little bit newer in terms of technology. But in terms of the accessories for the engines, everything around the engines are interchangeable between the motors. So you can put, like, for example, an air intake on the CXCA motor and or from the CXCA motor on a CXCB motor, and it's not going to make a difference. It's all the same. Same thing with downpipes and exhaust and whatnot. It's all the same. So it really doesn't matter, but just keep in mind that the 2017s are going to have a slightly different engine than the CXCAs or the 2015s and 16s. However, they both make the same exact amount of power. The USA models only have direct injection, unlike the European models, which use dual injection. That means port and direct injection. So direct injection only for the USA model. So this can cause an issue in terms of you need to get your car walnut blasted occasionally to make sure that your car intake valves are clean. Again, front wheel drive, the car is available in a 3-door or a 5-door. So a 2-door hatchback and a 4-door hatchback, but they call it 3-door and 5-door. Fun fact, the 3 doors were only available from 2015 and 2016. So no 2017 is going to be a 4-door or a 5-door. This car was made on the MQB chassis. So that's shared with the Jetta, the Passat, the CC. It was also shared between, the A4 and I believe the A6 as well. Unlike the MLB chassis, which is, I get those confused sometimes, but the MLB chassis, as we discussed earlier, is like the Urus, the Bentayga, the Cayenne, and the Urus, Bentayga, Cayenne, Q8. And I always thought the Atlas was on the MQB chassis because I thought the Atlas was just like the basis level of that SUV, but it is actually on the MQB chassis. So the Atlas is related to the Golf, which is kind of crazy because Atlas versus Golf, completely different cars. You have two choices of transmission for this car. You have the MQ 250 6-speed manual or the DQ 250 6-speed DSG. They introduced a 7-speed with the facelifted model, but for the Mk7 exclusively, you had a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed DSG. 6 seconds and 5.8 seconds 0 to 60 respectively. So the DSG is a little bit faster. So keep that in mind as well, with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. These cars are pretty economical. In Europe, they're rated at like 43 or 44 miles per gallon. However, in the United States, I don't know why those numbers aren't that high. I don't know what they were testing it under, but again, you got to remember that this is Volkswagen, so they're always known for fudging their emissions results. That's usually what they do. So I guess that's how they got this high number. But real numbers are in like the 30s or maybe even the high 20s, depending on how you drive. Maybe for a very light foot, you can get up above 35, but usually it's going to be, high 20s to low 30s for the miles per gallon. And it's fun to drive. A lot of people overlook the fact that this car is not a heavy car. In fact, I had to wait over here. My bad. Let me get that real quick. So yeah, this car weighs around just around it. Let's see. I don't want to make that. I was going to guess a little bit there. Mk7 weight. I gotta write GTI. I always keep forgetting that there are other models besides the GTI. So I got some numbers here. The 2-door manual is 3,034 pounds. Let's just bring this up right here. Thanks to Google AI, which is pretty crazy that Google has AI now. So basically 2-door manuals, 3,034 pounds. 2-door automatics, 3,078 pounds. 4-door manuals. So these cars are very light, right around 3,000 pounds. So the power numbers go a long way for these cars. Just keep that in mind. Something that I didn't even, I failed to realize with these cars is that they're super light, like very light. Hardly any cars are around 3,000 pounds anymore. And when you have all this included, I'm talking about like a luxurious interior. You got you got 2 rows of seats. You have a dual clutch transmission. That's a pretty good combination when you think about it. Like, what other cars have this combo in this light of a package and this practical of a package? You really can't find it. Anyway, in terms of the trim levels, this is where it gets fun. Okay, so zooming in like that does not help. It just makes it a little bit blurry. Anyway, so trim levels. We're going to start off with the S. So this is the base trim level. It comes with single zone climate control plaid seats, which are very important because people who like Golfs or Golf GTI people, they're really a fan of the plaid seats. But just keep in mind, the plaid seats only come on the base model. It comes with the standard 8-speaker system, 8-way manual sport seats for the 2-door, and 8-way partial power sport seats with lumbar for the 4-door. And it comes with an 5.8-inch touchscreen with no nav. Yeah, exactly. Kloomip said he likes these with the houndstooth seat. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The plaid seats here. This is only available on the base model, but for these cars specifically, a lot of people go for the base model because, again, you know, for example, we were looking at the M4 yesterday, and a lot of people want the most luxurious, the most technical optioned car in terms of, you know, having the what, executive pack? I don't know what it was called, executive package, and the driver's assistance package. However, people who buy GTIs, they don't really care about all that, and you'll see that a lot in the cars you'll see for sale. We're going to talk about some of the options that were available, but you'll find that many of them don't have all that technical fancy stuff. They're just set up for drivers, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so the next trim level is the SE. So this has all the S features we just mentioned, plus DCC was optional, which was the DCC was dynamic chassis control, and this option we'll get into in a little bit, but it is something you can have on top of the performance pack, which we'll also get to in a little bit. So the SE came with DCC optional, leather seating, surfaces, Fender Premium Audio 9 speaker system, so it's an upgraded speaker system. You have the rear view camera, keyless access with the push button start, power sunroof, rain sensing windshield wipers, and rain with sensing windshield wipers. Then you're moving on to the next trim, which is going to be the top level trim. It's going to be called the Autobahn trim level. It comes with all the S features, all the SE features. It also comes with Climatronic dual zone climate control, 12-way power adjustable, driver's top, I don't know why they call it driver's top sport seat, but that's what they called it, with power lumbar, and it has an 8-way partial power adjustable passenger seat. So the passenger seat is not going to be full power, but the driver's seat is. That's just kind of how it is. Remember, this is a economical car. And then let's see, passenger seat with manual lumbar and navigation system. So yeah, the Autobahn comes standard with nav. In 2017, they kind of changed up the packages a little bit, so I'll do my best to explain that here. I'll try my best also to not block it off. Let's see. So 2017, they added standard automatic cruise control, or automated. I can't remember if the word is automatic, but anyway, it is the cruise control where it basically is, it has a camera in the front so it knows where the car is, blah, blah, blah. It has front assist, blind spot monitor, rear traffic alert, and bi-xenon headlamp. So this all came standard with the Autobahn in 2017. So keep that in mind. 2015 and 2016 were kind of the same in terms of trim packages, and they switched it up for the 2017 model year. They added a lot of stuff, and they also, they made a lot of stuff standard for the Autobahn. But they also added a whole new trim level, which is this one down here, the sport trim, which kind of slots in between the S and the E. But basically what it is it is an S with the standard performance package. We'll get into what the standard performance or the performance package is when we get to the options, but just keep that in mind. So it comes standard with the performance package. So what that includes is the brakes from the Golf R, so the bigger brakes, electronic slip diff, so the VAQ diff. Keep that in mind as well. The VAQ diff is an important option for these cars. Power increase. So again, we'll get into what the power increase is for the performance package. 18-inch alloy Nagaro wheels, bi-xenon lights with the LED DRLs, unique floor mats, keyless access, push-button start, and black mirror caps. So keep that in mind, the black mirror caps. You can see black mirror caps right here. So this is definitely a sport trim car. Cool. All right, let's get into the problems. This is a Volkswagen, so, you know, there are going to be some problems, but keep in mind that this isn't that unreliable of a car. Most people put hundreds of thousands of miles on these. And yeah, that's just how it is. It's not really a I can't even find my notes. Where'd they go? Hold on, I'm trying to find notes. There we go. All right, cool. So let's get on to the problems. So we got a long list of problems here, not too short, but they're not the biggest issues. So first and foremost, sunroof problems. That is a big problem with this car. So if you can, try to get a car without a sunroof, but I know that it's going to be hard for a lot of people. People like sunroofs, and no sunroof is a little cheap, but these sunroofs have problems, a ton of problems. So they leak, they rattle, they squeak, and there's possible even cracking of the roof. So you'll see like hairline cracks going from like your door to the sunroof on the roof, just caused from your sunroof opening and closing. Not sure how that happens, but I guess, you know, wind buffeting and whatnot can cause an actual physical crack in the roof. So keep that in mind. Sunroof cars, you want to make sure that there's no leaks. You'll be able to see if it's leaking because it'll have like water spots around the roof, especially in the front of the car. So right around the visors. So keep that in mind. Turbo failure. These cars, especially for the Mk7s, they are known to have turbo failure. This is why Ahmed put in the Golf R Turbo. It's like IS38 or something. I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but you guys know, if you're fans of the Golf R, you know that turbo. He put it into his GTI, and it does amazing things. It makes the car feel very, very fast. Like, I mean, not feel very fast, it is fast. Manual clutches also aren't the strongest, so if you choose to get a manual car, it wouldn't behoove of you, I don't even know if I used it right. It wouldn't be smart to do a lot of power upgrades because the transmission, the manual clutches specifically, can't handle much more than the power that comes from the factory. So if you want to get more power out of your manual car, if you want to get more power out of your manual car, it's highly suggested that you upgrade your clutch. Thermostat and water pump housings also leak coolant. This should be thermostat housings and water pump. So thermostat housing and the water pump leak coolant as well. So make sure that those two are in good measure. You want to make sure there's no coolant coming out of anywhere, because it's just going to probably burn off of something, make smoke and smell. Fuel pump failure on the earlier cars, meaning the Mark 7s specifically. So 2015 to 2017, fuel pump failure is an issue for these cars. Stuck fuel injectors, they can get stuck open, flooding your car, making it impossible to drive. So keep that in mind as well. Ignition coil pack failures have been seen, not as common, but they do happen on these cars. In terms of interior wear and tear, the start stop button will flake off. That's just a little issue. Windshield wiper fluid sensors fail on these as well. It's usually caused to the type of windshield wiper fluid you use. Apparently some special, if you use like Rain-X or some special windshield wiper fluid, it's not good for the sensor and it causes it to fail. However, I really don't know the exact fluid that causes that issue, so I don't really know what to tell you. Just use standard fluid. That's what people say. Blower motor failure. So if your AC is blowing weak or your heater is blowing weak, it could mean that your blower motor is about to fail. Or if it doesn't blow at all, of course, that means it has failed completely. Subframe bolts rattling. This is an issue that basically if you look through your suspension, right, and everything else is good, but you still hear rattling, it could be due to the subframe bolts. So that is like a last resort option, or last resort issue, or last resort symptom. That basically, if you fix the suspension, everything's good in the suspension, and you know that for a fact, but you still hear rattling, it could be the subframe bolts. The hood latches also, the cable at least doesn't. I don't want to say it breaks, but it gets stuck and it gets caught, and basically you can't open your hood, and that happens sometimes as well. This car has a plastic oil pan and a plastic oil drain plug, which is really strange. I wouldn't really think that would be ideal for a car to have a plastic oil pan, because, you know, especially these cars are tuner cars. People are going to lower them. You can hit things with your plastic oil pan and have big issues. So plastic oil pan is an issue for this car. Just make sure that it's not, you know, scratched or scuffed up. Also, with the plastic oil drain plug, make sure that they change it every single oil change. You also have PCV failure causing a rear main seal leak. So keep that in mind. Your PCV failure can actually lead to a rear main seal leaking. And then finally, as we mentioned before, it is a directed injected car. It is a directed injected car. Sorry, it's been a long week, y'all. So carbon buildup can be an issue as well. Yeah, so basically what happens is if your PCV failure, this is also a carbon buildup issue, can happen from PCV failure or just from direct injected cars, just, you know, regular wear and tear use. So what happens is the direct injection will put the fuel over the back. Basically, direct injection puts the fuel directly into the combustion chamber rather than running it by the valves. And when that happens, your valves will basically get a bunch of gunk stuck onto them because nothing is rinsing them off. Clean Whip said, I wonder if there's an aftermarket oil pan for these replaced. Yeah, there is. Of course there is. There's lots of aftermarket stuff for these. So you definitely want to get that replaced if you think it's going to be an issue. But there's a huge aftermarket market for these cars. And yeah, these are like tuner central. Everyone these cars are just really good. They're cheap. They're easy to work on, and they're cheap to run. Basically, gosh, I'm having a hard time today, y'all. It's okay though. It's Friday. We're gonna make it through. It's late. Maybe a reason why I'm not able to process my words as well. But let's get into the options. Let's stop dilly-dallying and BSing around. Let's get to the options. The most important part of the show, because this is what we look for in the ads. Cool. So as you can see, not many options. I'm just going to highlight some stuff. Bold, lighting package, bold, driver assistance, bold, and then this DCC. Cool. All right. I'm not missing nothing. Perfect. All right. So packages. There are a couple packages available for these cars. Not too many though. First of all, the performance package is probably going to be the most important package for people who want to get the most performance out of these cars. The performance package has a power increase of 10 horsepower. So it goes from 217 horsepower to 227 horsepower, same amount of torque. But most importantly, it comes with the VAQ front limited slip diff. So this is similar to what Audi uses in their Quattro cars, except the diff in those cars would be splitting the power between front and rear. For these cars, it's just splitting it right wheel or right front wheel and left front wheel. Same type of technology, but it is very, very good in terms of getting that power down, especially when you're exiting a turn. So very important if you want to have the most performance-oriented vehicle. It also comes with larger front and rear brakes that are lifted from the Golf R. And a way to tell that it has a performance package are two ways. One, you look at the calipers, it says GTI on them. If they don't say GTI, it's not a performance car. If they do say GTI, then it is a performance car. Also, looking at the front badge right here, you can kind of see there's a GTI badge right on the left-hand side of the grille. If that is in red, that means you have the performance package. So two ways to tell. Next package is going to be the lighting package. These comes with the bi-xenon headlights with adaptive front lighting system, AFS, and LED DRLs. This is available. Oh, sorry. For the first performance package, it's available on all models. So you can have an S, SE, or an Autobahn with the performance package. Same thing with the lighting package, S, SE, or Autobahn. So keep that in mind. Lighting package can be had on any car. The driver's assistance package. This is the big one, even though what I found is a lot of people don't option the driver's assistance package. So what it has is the forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking, front assist came in, basically this autonomous, let me restart here. Driver's assistance package. In 2015, it came with forward collision warning and park distance control. In 2016, they have the park distance control and forward collision warning, but they added autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, park distance or park steering assistant, park assist, lane departure warning, and blind spot monitor and rear traffic alert. These are available. Basically, the driver's assistance package is available for the SE and the Autobahn, not for the S. So you can't even equip an S with the driver's assistance package, but what you'll find is a lot of people don't equip it regardless of what model they have. It's not really a thing for the type of buyers that buy this car. In 2017, they changed the driver's assistance package to only include rear park pilot, park assist, lane assist, and high beam control. This is because all the rest of the features that I didn't mention were standard in 2017. Then finally, you have the DCC dynamic chassis control package, which includes a DCC adaptive suspension. This is available in the SE with the performance package and the Autobahn with the performance package. You cannot get DCC in a car. Well, you can't get it in the S, first of all, no matter what you have in the S, but you can only get it in cars with the performance package, the SE or the Autobahn with the performance package. In terms of options, not included with packages, there really aren't any. You just have your option between a 6-speed manual or a DSG, or you have the option for summer performance tires, which it's just tires, they're consumables. It's not really a real option from the factory, but just keep that in mind. What we're really looking for is seeing, first of all, what trim level the car is, S, SE, Autobahn, or Sport if it's a 2017, and then looking to see what packages. Most of the cars really aren't going to have too many packages. The performance package, of course, is something that some cars have. The lighting package, again, some cars have it. Driver's assistance, not so much, and DCC is going to be a rare option to find. In terms of visualizing how these packages look like, we went over the performance package. You're going to have the logo on the calipers as well as the red GTI logo in the grille. For the lighting package, you're going to have the bi-xenon lights. It's easy to tell because they look a lot different and they look a lot cooler than the base lights. Driver's assistance package, an easy way to tell, first of all, if it has adaptive cruise, because adaptive cruise became standard on 2017 SEs and Autobahns. But a good way to tell, just generally, if it has adaptive cruise, just look at the front. If it has that camera in the grille, that is adaptive cruise. And also looking on the interior, we're going to look at the center console where the gear shifter is. There are buttons around there. Most of them are going to be blank, but if they have some buttons on the right-hand side specifically, then you know that it has some of these driver's assistance options. But anyway, that pretty much wraps that up. Let's actually look at a brochure so we can get a visual on what we're looking for. So here we have, well, that's a Golf R1. This is 2017, 2015. So here we have the 2015 brochure. See that right here. Looks pretty good. I always like the German brochures. They're very organized. You're going to see these are the colors we're going to be looking for. Pure white, reflex, silver metallic, carbon steel metallic, tornado red, or tornado. I don't know how you want to say that. Night blue metallic, and deep black pearl. And then in terms of interior, you either have the Clark plaid cloth or the Titan black leather, depending on the trim. Again, a S is going to come standard with the plaid cloth. The SE and the Autobahn are going to come standard with black leather. These are going to be packages, as I mentioned: performance pack, driver's assistance, lighting package, dynamic chassis control. And then here it shows you the options, how it goes. Basically, this S, SE, Autobahn. And then you can also see the Autobahn is only a 4-door car. 2-door was available for the S and the SE from 2015 to 2016. However, in 2017, they were all 4-door. And then in terms of wheels, these are the standard wheels. You will see a lot of different wheels for these cars, but remember, these are the standard wheels. I really like these Austin wheels, these 18-inch Austin wheels with the large machined face. Looks really good. However, these do attract curbs, and you'll find a lot of them are really messed up. So in terms of the 16, not too many changes. They added some stuff. For example, you see down here, Bluetooth technology for streaming audio and music was added for 2016 and is standard across the board. Other than that, not really too many changes. Colors remain the same, wheels remain the same, packages also remain the same, except you'll see here that well, comparing 2015 to 2016, the driver's assistance package got way more options. This one only had front collision warning and PDC. However, when we move to 2016, we can see that it has front collision warning, autonomous braking, adaptive cruise control, park distance control, park steering assistant, lane departure warning, blind spot monitor, rear traffic alert. But yeah, in terms of 2017, this is when things changed. As you can see, they kind of redid the entire brochure to make it a little bit simpler to read, but also harder to read at the same time. We can see a lot of the stuff comes standard now. I had a something here. So this is going to be the model year changes for 2017 because it is very specific in terms of the changes, because it actually does change a lot. So as you can see, the new GTI Sport is a 4-door model with the standard performance package. So it is an S with the performance package, as you can see here. It also comes with the lighting package as standard as well. Performance package is no longer available on the 2- and 4-door S trims. So for 2017, you cannot have a performance package S trim car, but is standard on Autobahn and SE trims. So the performance package is standard. It's not a package anymore for 2017. It is standard on SE and Autobahn and not available at all for the S. The lighting package is now standard on the SE, and it's also standard on the Autobahn as well. However, they don't call it the lighting package. They just add the bi-xenons. Driver's assistance package available on SE models. Sold order only means custom order only. So you'll find that you won't find a lot of driver's assistance package on the 2017 models. And this includes adaptive cruise, forward collision warning, autonomous braking, blind spot monitor, and rear traffic alert. And then 2017 Autobahn trims add standard adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking. And so basically, as you can see here, Autobahn trim makes the driver's assistance package standard, as well as the lighting package standard, as well as the performance package standard. So 2017's Autobahns are going to be fully loaded cars no matter what. 2017 SE cars, they can have the driver's assistance package. However, they probably won't. But yeah, S ones are going to be just the same. They are not available with the performance package though. Anyway, so let's see. This is just another brochure. That's my notes. So with all that information, let's get on to the ads. Let me reset all these real quick. What a horrible picture. Anyway, just let me get all these reset and then we'll be good to go. Perfect. All right, get this over here. So we have our first example here. This is going to be a 2015, so first model year for the Mk7 Golf GTI S hatchback. So 116,000 miles. They want $9 grand for it, listed for 14 weeks. So if you want this car, you can make a deal. Off the bat, we can see it does not have the lighting package. It is going to have the standard lights. We can also see some paint peeling right here, so not very good. This is in Florida, so I know that heat is not good. This is an S. You can see it has no dual climate control. It has the cloth or plaid seats as well. This one's a DSG2, so pretty standard. It is an S, so it's not going to have much of anything. And you know, as these go, you can't really, there's not really individual options you can kind of pick apart. So this is an S. It's in red. I do like red. I think red, tornado red, is one of the best colors for this car. We can see lots of clear coat peeling. This car does not look like it's in the best condition at all, but again, it's only $9 grand. 116,000 miles. The interior looks all right. It has regular wear and tear for this amount of miles, but it doesn't look too bad. Did they say anything about the car? New tires, fresh oil change, no problems, run great. Clear coat is starting to come off. Yeah, we can see that. You know, not a bad example for our first one. We have an S, so base model car, but you know, cool color. It's just in really bad condition. For this, I'd be willing to go up to $6,500 for this one, simply because the paint is really bad. Cool. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2015. This is going to be an SE, so it's not a base level car. You can tell because let's look in the interior. We can see it has leather seats. First of all, let's see. Let me hold on. Sorry, trying to bring up. Here we go right here, and then cool. So yeah, we can see here it's an SE 2015 first model year SE. You can see, you know, the SE comes with, what does it come with? The leather seating. It comes with the premium sound, the 9-speaker Fender premium sound system. It comes with the rear view camera, keyless access. We can see the start button right here. In the S, we do not have a start button. Again, it's just the key turn. But yeah, no start button here. But in the SE, we do have that start button. We can see here that it does not have any extra driver's assistance packages. Let's look at the lights. It does have the lighting package though. So it is a lighting package and no red emblems here. So no performance package on this one either. But so what does this have? Lighting package and the, that's about it. It doesn't have the driver's assistance package. This is 2015. Yeah, no driver's assistance package. Don't see nothing there. And the, oh, I forgot to mention this, but the only way to tell if it has dynamic chassis control is to go into the modes in the car. You can't check it physically. The only other way to check is to look at the shocks. They're going to be special shocks. They're going to be adaptive. But in order to tell, you have to actually cycle through the modes. If it has a comfort mode, that means it has DCC. This one looks a little bit rough. You can see the headlights are very foggy. It is white on black. Not the worst spec in the world. DSG, as you can tell, no extra buttons here. No, no driver's assistance package. As you'll see with these cars, barely any of them have the driver's assistance package. Did you say anything about it? Nothing. It's tuned. Has a Cobb access port. Clean title, blah, blah, blah. 139,000 miles for this car. I get it's an SE, so you can ask a little bit more, but 11 grand is way too much, especially because it's not a performance pack car. I'd say for me, being an SE with 140,000 miles, but in a little bit better condition than the last one we looked at, I'd be willing to go up to $8,000 for this car. Cool. All right, moving on to the Clean Whip said this or an RS3. Oh my gosh, definitely an RS3. I'd even have an RS3 over a Golf R. That 5-cylinder is just something you can't beat the 5-cylinder turbo engine. That's an amazing engine. Sounds good, makes really good power. Tuning capabilities are insane. But actually, I got to do the RS3. I'm going to talk about that probably next week. Anyway, here, moving on to our next example. We have another 2015. However, this is going to be an Autobahn. So in 2015, the Autobahns came with, all the features of the S, the SE. Also, it had the dual climate control, the power adjustable driver's seat and passenger seat, partial power for the passenger seat. It also had navigation as well as standard automatic cruise control. So scrolling through, let's look at the interior. We can see this is an Autobahn with the cloth seats. So that's really interesting. I'm not too sure. This is not actually an Autobahn. So see, this is what I mean. Like this guy is lying. This whole thing is. So this whole description looks like it's written from ChatGPT. It's not an Autobahn. Looking at the interior, it is just a regular S. We see the plaid seats. We also see that it doesn't have dual zone climate control. So no dual zone climate control here, and plaid seats. So this is actually a base car. We don't even have a start button there. So it is an S. This is not an Autobahn as I thought it was. But see what people can do. They lie to you. They try to sell you at a high price. So an S with 130,000 miles, I'd be willing to go up to $7,000 for this car. I mean, it's clean, but it's an S. It's not an Autobahn. They were lying. And so, yeah, get it together. What is your name, man? Mark, rewrite your ad and take away this description. Like at 12.2, this GTI is a steal compared to others on the market. He's just lying to you. That's what I'm talking about. You have to know the trim levels of these cars. Don't get screwed over by a guy like Mark. He will try to sell you an S as an Autobahn. Anyway, moving on to our next ad, we have a 2016. This is also going to be an S, but as you can see, this is going to be a two-door car. The two-door cars are very rare. For example, on AutoTrader, you have around 400 cars that are available in terms of Mk7 GTIs. Only 40 to 50 of them are going to be the two-door cars. So the two doors are very rare in terms of production numbers, and a lot of people do like the two doors. Just keep in mind that they're going to be a little bit less practical, and yeah, that's why people didn't buy them in the beginning. However, people do like the two doors because they're sporty and they are a little bit lighter than the four doors. We can see this one is an S based on the seats alone. This one's also a manual, so manual transmission here, no DSG. And again, this is a two-door, very clean for what it is. 88,000 miles, and they're asking 14.5. The two doors do go for a lot of money compared to the four doors, and people usually keep the two doors a lot cleaner than the four doors because they're more sport-oriented people, and they're more car people, so they don't use it for a daily and just do whatever. Like they actually take care of their car. But here we have a 2-door manual S, so base level car. Hold on, we gotta look at this. No performance package. So no performance package, no driver's assistance package. How about the lighting package? No lighting package on this one either. So completely base, but it is a 2-door and it's nice. 88,000 miles. They want it for 14.5. I'd probably be around the $12,000 mark for this one. I think 12 grand is a good deal for this car. It is low-ish miles for one of these, and it is also very clean. It's manual as well. So 12 grand is what I'd pay for this clean example of a 2016 S. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2016 Autobahn. As we can see, this one's an actual Autobahn. We can see the automatic cruise control camera on the front. Also, this one has the red letters, and you can see the GTI logo on the grille. So this is a performance package. This one also has a lighting package. So 2016, this one has the performance package, the driver's assistance package, as well. Oh, actually, this is an Autobahn. So Autobahns, actually no, yeah, that was in 2017. So this is a 2016 Autobahn. That means it does have the driver's assistance package. So fully loaded car here. We can see the interior, the leather seats. We also see that it does have the dual zone climate control. This is an Autobahn. Try to see the buttons here. We can see it does have the driver's assistance buttons here. They don't really want to show it, which is unfortunate, but you can definitely see that from back here. They're not blank like how they are in most cars. This is a fully loaded 2016 GTI Autobahn. 130,000 miles. They want 13.5 for it. You know, they're not too far off. I get it. The miles are really high, but it does have the performance package. It does have the lighting package, and it does have the driver's assistance package, which is pretty much everything you can get for this car. The one thing that I would like to know if it had the adjustable suspension, the adaptive suspension, the DCC package. Does it say? No, it doesn't say, unfortunately. So you'd have to ask the owner that specifically. But however, this is the most loaded one we've seen so far. And they want 13.5 for it because it's an Autobahn, because it's a performance package, because it's a driver's assistance package, because it's a lighting package. I'd be willing to go up to 11.5 for this example right here. I think 11.5 for this fully loaded Autobahn is a really good deal, even though the miles are pretty high. I mean, you can probably get easy as 200 one of these if you just keep it maintained. So yeah, 11.5 for me for this right here. Cool. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2017. This one's going to be in black. You can see it's already missing this tow hook part, but off the bat, we can also see that it is a performance pack car, I believe. Yep, we can see the GTI right here, GTI in red right there, GTI in red back here, performance package car, and this is an S. So this is a cool combination of options. You have the performance package S with the manual. This is very driver's spec. Let's see what he has to say about it. Manual transmission, super fun car, hard to drive without smiling. I believe him. Very clean as well. Again, this is an S, but with the performance package. How about the lighting package? It also has a lighting package as well. This is a very well-equipped car in terms of it being the S, meaning that it is the lightest version of the car, but it has the most power. It also has the best looks in terms of having the lighting package. It's missing the driver's assistance, but who cares about that kind of stuff when you have a car like this? Manual, cloth seats, performance pack. You really don't care about the driver's assistance stuff. 82,000 miles. They want 16.5 for this car. It's been for sale for 14 weeks. I mean, it's an S. It's not an Autobahn, so it's not going to sell for a high price like this. This guy does have a good combination of options. However, a lot of people aren't going to recognize that, you know, off the bat, unless you're an enthusiast, and you know the packages and you know what you're talking about. You're not going to really understand why this car is special. But in terms of giving it its fair shake, I think 82,000 miles, I'd be around the, for 2017, I'd be around the 13.5 mark for this one. I think 13.5 would be a really good deal for a manual S with the performance pack, especially being in 2017. This is going to be the last model year of the GTI, and plus being in 2017, this is when a lot of things became standard, which is weird when I think about it, because for 2017, I mentioned earlier that the performance pack wasn't available for the 2017 model, but we can see here that this car does have the GTI brakes and it does have the performance badging. So not really too sure what's going on here. You'd have to contact the owner himself. However, this might be like an early 2017 or something before they made that change. So keep that in mind. This is a manual S with a performance pack, and it also has a lighting package. 13.5 is where I'd be at. Cool. Moving on to our last example. We have another 2017. This one's going to be an S again. I'm confused though, because like these S's, they all have performance pack. Let's see. Does it say anything? Because yeah, I'm reading this bulletin right here, this thing that they released, and it says the the GTI Sport, it says right here, performance package is no longer available on the 2-door and 4-door S trim, but standard on the SE and Autobahn. This is an S. You can tell by the seats. You can tell by the climate control. Yeah, I know someone has the answers, so leave them in the comments down below or on the chat if you're watching and you know. Kind of confused why, Volkswagen says changes to 2017 include this, but we can see here, this is a 27. Oh, this is a Sport. Oh, this is a Sport as well. I said it was an S, but it was a Sport. So the Sport, I'm sorry. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long week. So yeah, these are going to be a Sport. I talked about the Sport is in between the S and the SE, but it's really just an S with the performance package. So we have two Sports right here. We have a Sport here and a Sport here. Sport was a special trim for 2017. And so yeah, that's what we have here. Sport trim. Very good way to have the car. This one's an automatic though. 103,000 miles. This one had 82. This one's 103. They want it for 15 grand. Same thing as the last one, but it is a automatic or a dual clutch. I'd be willing to go up to 12 grand for this example right here. 12 grand for a last model year of the Mk7 with the Sport, which is a pretty cool trim to have because it has everything you need and nothing you don't. Yeah, 14 or 12 grand is where I'd be at. Cool. Moving on to the next place we look at ads, Auto Trader. Let me make sure these are all reset first because cool. All right, so our first example here is going to be a 2015 S. So base level car, but it is a 2-door car, as we can see here. It is a 2-door, very rare. Manual transmission as well. Does it have the performance package? No performance package, no lighting package, and definitely not going to have the driver's assistance package either. See the front, no camera there for the automatic cruise control. So base level car, manual transmission, 2-door. This is base as it's going to get, but again, people do love the 2-door cars. 12.9, they're asking it as almost 100,000 miles, 95,000 miles. I'd say for me, being that this is a 2-door, the price is more justifiable. However, at almost 100,000 miles, I really wouldn't want to go above. I really wouldn't want to go above like 11 grand for this one right here. I'd say 11 for this one, being a base model but manual. You really can't go wrong. Again, a lot of people are going to want these in the future. Cool. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2015. This one's going to be an SE. Off the bat, we can see no lighting package. It doesn't look like this badge is in the back. I don't know what's wrong with this hood. Is that snow? I guess it is snow. Okay. So no lighting package. It does not look like it has the performance package either. These wheels look like from a newer Golf. Why are the badges so bad on this car? They like ripped off the badges front and rear. Anyway, this is an SE, so it's going to have the power seats or partial power seats, but they are going to be in leather. This one is a manual as well. You can see no driver's assistance package. All the buttons are blank except for these two. These are going to be the mode button, the traction control off button, which are standard on every car. Scrolling through, we can see, I mean, the seats look in all right condition for having 126,000 miles. It's not too bad. No tears or anything. We do have some creases right here, but nothing crazy. Again, I mean, all the interiors are the same colors on these cars, which is makes it easy, but also makes it kind of boring. They're all black. I guess not if you get the plaid seats, but the interior is still black. Looking through this, I mean, it is an SE. So what does an SE come with? The SE comes with the DCC optional, but that's only with the performance package, which this one does not. Leather seating, Fender premium audio, so it has the upgraded sound system. It has a rear view camera, keyless access with push button, power sunroof, and the rain sensing windshield wiper. So just a little bit more creature comforts than the S, but nothing really too crazy. Again, manual car, 126,000 miles for this SE, and they want this much money. Yeah, this is way too high. I'd say for me, being that this is a manual SE with no lighting package, no performance package, and no driver's assistance package, I'd be willing to go up to 9 grand for this one right here. Maybe even 8,500 because the badging is so bad. Like, what's going on right here, man? Did they like plasti dip it or something? It looks horrible. Anyway, 9 grand for that one. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2016. This one's going to be an Autobahn. You can see that, well, it should have the camera up front, but I don't see it. Is this a real Autobahn? Let's see. I don't see any cameras. It has a performance pack, though. We know that. I mean, it is an Autobahn, but it looks like, I guess it does. Oh, sorry. The Autobahn only comes with adaptive cruise control. That's what it is. Adaptive, not automatic. Adaptive cruise control if it is a 2017. This is a 2016. So what we have here is going to be an Autobahn that has the lighting package and the performance package, but not the driver's assistance package. So, you know, not a bad spec here. Again, driver assistance, not the worst thing to be missing. It has all the important stuff. It has the performance package, it has a lighting package, and it is an Autobahn, so it's going to come with the dual zone climate control. It's going to come with the automatic seats or the power seats, as you can see here. It's just going to have a lot more creature comforts in general. Let's see what else it comes with, and also nav as well. So Autobahn with everything but the driver's assistance package, only 73,000 miles, one of the lower mile examples we looked at today. They want 17.5 for this. For me, because it doesn't have the driver's assistance, including the automatic cruise control, I think is a big option. You know, I don't know if the rest of the GTI market's going to feel the same way about it, but I do believe that you should have automatic cruise control on a car like this. It is a very, very good feature to have. For me, though, because it only has 73,000 miles and it doesn't have the driver's assistance package, I'd be willing to go up to 15 grand for this one. I think 15 for a 2016 Autobahn would be a pretty good deal. Cool. Moving on to our next example, we have another 2016. This one is going to be an S, though. No performance package, no lighting package. And of course, yeah, I mean, we can't really see it, but we can see it. No driver's assistance package here either. Interior, we can see it is an automatic. It is very clean, though. 55,000 miles, the lowest mile one we've looked at so far. These pictures are nice. The car is nice. White on black. Very clean example. Wow, this is very clean. Like, the seats look actually really nice. Yeah, just going through. It is what it is. We can see that it is an S. It is an automatic. It is low miles. They want almost 20 grand for it, though. 19,301. That's a weird number to ask for, but 19,301, they're asking 55,000 miles. I mean, I get it. It has low miles comparatively speaking to other GTI S's on the market. However, it's still an S, and it's still a 2016 without any options. So I can't really pay almost 20 grand for this. I'd say for me, I'd be more around the $15,500 to $16,000 mark for something like this. I really wouldn't want to go above that. If you're paying 16, you could easily get one with 10, 15,000 more miles with way more options, and it really would make a difference. Cool. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2016. This one has, it's an SC with the driver's assistance package. So they made sure to let you know up front. We can see the cameras right here. Does it have the performance package? It does not. So no performance package. It does have the lighting package, and it does have the driver's assistance package, but no performance package. So this is kind of a more techie way to set up the car. It's not performance oriented. It's more option oriented, more comfort oriented. Wow. This one has a very nice, unique interior. You can see the seats right here. Very interesting interior. Actually, I don't even think this is the right car. That's not the same car. This is completely different. Because, yeah, Golfs don't have this rear window right here. Anyway, so I don't know what that was about. Scrolling through, we can see here, it is an SE. It's not going to have the dual zone climate control. It's not going to have the nav. It's not going to have the full power seats. However, this being an SC 2016, it's going to have the partial power seats. And it's going to have the upgraded sound system. So, as well as, you know, rain sensing wipers, power sunroof, push button start, all that good stuff, keyless access. So a lot of features, a lot of like modern features on the SE compared to the S. And as you can tell, they're pricing it accordingly. 57,000 miles. And this is an SE with a driver assistance package. We were just looking at an S and they wanted more. Which is crazy, and it had no packages. So for this one, I mean, it's a little bit more justifiable in terms of price. However, 19 grand is still high for me, being that it does not have the performance package. For me, 2016 with the driver's assistance and the lighting package, I'd be around the 16.5. Yeah, I'd be around 16.5, possibly 17, depending on the maintenance history of one of these. Cool, 16.5. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2017. This one's going to be an SE. So, oh man, I hate this. There we go. Anyway, so this is an SE with the performance package. Again, the performance package was standard on the SEs and the Autobahns for 2017. So keep that in mind. This one also has adaptive cruise standard. So in 2017, in 2017, they added automatic cruise control standard. However, that is not the full driver's assistance package, quote unquote. The Autobahn comes with way more features standard in terms of driver safety. However, automatic cruise control is a standard option on the 2017 SEs. We can also see this one has the lighting package as well. Did that come standard on 2017s? Yeah, it did. Front assist, blind spot monitoring, bi-xenon headlamps, DRLs, all standard on the 2017. So again, SEs, the difference between the SE and the Autobahn is going to be the nav system, the dual zone climate control, as well as, wait. Does this have dual zone climate control? No, it does not. Oh, this one has nav too. This is not an SE. This is an Autobahn. Oh, let's look at the seats. Seats are full power. See, people don't know how to list their ads, man. Like, you guys are losing out on so much bread just by BSing around with this kind of stuff. Yeah, full power seats. How about the passenger? This is an Autobahn. It has a nav and everything. I was looking at it. I was like, look, this has dual climate control. This has nav, power seats. This is not an Autobahn. They said it's an SE, but it's actually an Autobahn. Did they say here? Nope. So here we have an SE labeled as an Autobahn, but it is priced as an Autobahn though. This one not only is, come on, man. This one's not only an Autobahn, but it's a 2017 Autobahn, meaning that it comes with everything that you could, you know, everything that you could want. What is it? What did they add for the 2017 Autobahn? They added the standard cruise control, front assist, blind spot monitor, rear traffic alert, bi-xenon headlamps, blah blah blah. Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, SEs don't come standard with the bi-xenons. The Autobahns do. So yeah, Autobahn car, fully loaded, pretty much everything. Do they show the center console? So actually, the actual driver's assistance stuff is, I mean, it is fully loaded for lack of better terms. However, there is stuff you can special order that is not here, but it does come standard with automatic cruise control and blind spot detection, lane departure warning, stuff like that. You just don't, I can't really see these buttons, honestly. I think they're blank, but anyway. Autobahn car, 68,000 miles, 2017, last model year, so it's going to be the best one to have. Comes standard with the performance package, lighting package, driver assistance, kind of. It's not fully optional driver assistance, but it does have automatic cruise control. 68,000 miles. They want 21.2 for this car. I say for me, that is way too high. You know, it is a 2017. I get it, but 68,000 miles is not a low amount of miles. Maybe if it was like under 40,000 miles, I could consider paying above 20, but because it has almost 70,000 miles, I'd be at 17,000, maybe 17.5 for this example right here. Cool. Moving on to our next one. We have another GTI SE 2017. This one actually looks like a real SE, unlike that other one. We can see here it does not have the automatic cruise control. So again, more looking like an SE. It does have the performance pack, but again, keep in mind the 2017s had this standard. So scrolling through, I'm trying to see some things. Yep. No automatic or dual zone climate control. So this is an SE car. You can see the leather, but no dual zone. So it is SE. We also can see the partial driver's seat there as well. Lighting package on this one. Performance package is standard. No driver's assistance package for this car. See here, nothing here. So SE 2017, last model year, 97,000 miles. They want 15 grand for it. I mean, that's not too bad, honestly. Because it is an SE, it's going to come standard with the performance pack, as I mentioned, and it is also a lighting package car as well. Well, let me just see what they change. Did they add the lightings for the SE? Yeah, the lighting package is standard on the SE. So basically, this is a base level SE, but it is 2017. So last model year of any run of cars is always going to come pretty much everything standard. 97,000 miles, almost 100,000 miles. They want 15 grand for it. I'd be more at, you know, it's close. I'll give it that. I'd be more around the $14,000 mark for this one. Cool. Moving on to our next one. We have a lot of 2017s. I just realized I forgot to exit out some of these, but we'll just go through them. It's Friday. What else am I doing? So we have our next example, 2017 GTI Autobahn. We can see off the bat that it does have the performance pack. It does have the ACC cameras. Again, it's an Autobahn, so it should have pretty much everything. The only thing is that there are some standard or some driver's assistance packages available, or driver's assistance stuff that is available that you know, you can get, but it is special order, and that would be the rear park distance control, parking steering assistant, lane departure warning, lane assist, or lane departure warning. Gosh, whatever. Anyway, high beam control assist, blah blah blah. The way to tell is if it has some extra buttons filled in on the center console, and they don't even want to show it, of course. Let's take a look and see if we can see it here. Nope, it does not have that optional made to order thing, but it is an Autobahn car, so it has the automatic cruise control. It does have dual zone climate control. It also has the nav system. It also has full power driver's seat, partial power passenger seats, and yeah, standard performance pack, standard lighting package. Again, last model year Autobahn, 78,000 miles, 21 grand they're asking. This last model year, or this last auto, whatever. Anyway, $21,000 for a 80,000 mile Autobahn. It's pretty close. Not gonna lie, it is an Autobahn. It's gonna come with everything. However, it doesn't have those extra driver's assistance features. So because it's at 80,000 miles, I'd be willing to go up to $18,000 for this one. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2017. This one's going to be an S Coupe. Did we already look at this? No, we looked at a, anyway, 2017, last model year, S Coupe. So two-door S, you can see here, it does not have the lighting package. It does not have the performance package. It was not available for the 2017 S. See what transmission this one has. Automatic transmission. You can see here it is an S, so no dual zone climate control. We also have the base speaker system and the base cloth seats. Yeah, I mean, scrolling through these, it's a nice car. I mean, the condition is nice. White cars, black interior. I mean, cloth seats. They're all black. Who am I kidding? But other than that, I'm trying to see, like, does it have anything else going for it? Not really. 23,000 miles, super low amount of miles for one of these. They want 23 grand for it. I mean, 23,000 miles. If I could get this for 20 grand, that would be a steal. So yeah, 20 grand is where I'd be at. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2017. Gosh, I feel like we already looked at this one. Yeah, we did. Why is this here twice? Anyway, moving on to this one. This one's going to be in the dark blue. This is probably my favorite color of the Golf. Shout out to Ahmed. His looks like this. With the gunmetal wheels as well. This one has a performance pack, also a standard automatic cruise control, but again, this is the Autobahn, so it's going to have everything standard. The one thing we're going to look for is if it has that driver's assistance package added, which I can see blank buttons on the right, so it does not have the driver's assistance package added. It does have kind of like a driver's assistance light, so keep that in mind. The 2017 Autobahns, though they're not optioned with the specific driver's assistance package, it does have like half of the options that were available for that package for previous years, so you're not really missing out on much. And this is a GTI, so people don't really care about that kind of stuff anyway. Cool. This Autobahn 19.9 they're asking. It has 77,000 miles just about. You know, that's not too far off for me. Yeah. I'd be around the for this one being a nice color aftermarket wheels. If they had the stock wheels, I'd be around 18 grand for this. Cool. And moving on to our last ad, we have a 2017, another Autobahn. I'm just trying to see like whether or not I can find one with the driver's assistance package added, and this one does not, unfortunately. So, but this one is a manual, so manual Autobahn is pretty cool. You won't really see too many of those around, but this one has high miles, 166,273 miles. Ton of miles for one of these. Keep in mind, it's a 2017, so it's going to have most of the options standard, especially being an Autobahn. It's going to have the performance pack standard. It's going to have the lighting package standard. It's going to have like a driver's assistance package light standard as well. So for this one, 166,000 miles is really high. I'd be more around the $12,000 mark, but at 12 grand for getting a 2017, and it's pretty clean the way it is. Hopefully the maintenance records are also clean. That wouldn't be a bad deal at all. 12 grand for this one right here. Cool. Moving on to the next place and final place we look at ads, Car Gurus. Let me just reset these. I need to reset these before the show, but I'm always like looking at these last minute to make sure I know what I have. I don't look through them completely before the show, but I just want to do a quick skim to make sure it actually has appropriate photos, because that's the biggest part actually is when I'm looking at these ads, I'd say around 75% of the ads, the photos are so bad that I can't even use it, in terms of not only are the quality bad, but the number of photos and what they take pictures of is always horrible. If you're selling a car, don't take 5 photos and like that's it, and just like take them at night or something. Take a picture of every single button that's in the car, basically. That's how it should be. Anyway, our first example here is going to be a Golf GTI S 4-door in red, 2015, first model year. Off the bat, we can see no performance package, no lighting package, and of course, no driver's assistance package. So base level car, automatic transmission. That's pretty much it. 49,000 miles, low amount of miles for one of these, relatively speaking. And they're asking 15 grand for it. I mean, that's not bad at all, to be honest. In terms of the asking price, I'd say for me, having 49,000 miles, being a first model year S, you really want to avoid the S's or the 2015s in general. I'd be more around the 13 grand mark for this. 13 grand for a 49,000 mile car. Granted, it has no options and no packages. Moving on to our next one, we have a 2016. This one's going to be an SE, as you can see here. Looking at the front, does it have the driver's assistance package? Nope. No lighting package either, and no performance package. So being an SE, it has the leather seats. However, it does not have dual zone climate control. You can see it is a manual as well. How about anything in the, I mean, it has the rear backup camera. It's an SE. Of course it does. So SE comes with the backup camera. It also comes with the push button start. It also comes with the upgraded sound system. However, it does not have nav. It doesn't have dual zone, but it does have leather, but not full power leather. Only partial power leather and manual passenger seat. So for this one being an SE with 75,000 miles, they're asking 15 grand, which is interesting. That's the same price as this one, but kind of balances out, I guess. For this one being a 75,000 miles, they're asking 15 grand. I'd be more around the 13.5 mark for this. I think 13.5 would be a fair price for something like this. It's not the cleanest. I mean, pictures look all right, but the interior looks pretty clean. So yeah, 13.5 for this one would be a good deal for me. Anyway, moving on to our next example, we have a 2016. This one's going to be an S We can see that here. We also can see that it does not have any packages. It is going to be a base level S, no performance pack, no lighting package, no adaptive cruise control, no driver's assistance package. This one is going to be a manual as well. It's an S, so manual base level S, 45,000 miles. So low amount of miles. They want 18 grand pretty much for it. That's a lot of money, honestly, for an S with no options, and it's still a 2016, not being a 2017, because at least the 2017 is a little bit more optioned than the rest. But yeah, for this one, 50,000, 45,000 miles, 17,000 are asking, 18,000 pretty much. I'd be around the for 2016 S, man, I'd be around the $14,000 mark. Yeah, 14,000 for having 45,000 miles. Yep, 14,000 is where I'd be at. Maybe even like 13.5, but 13.5 to 14 is a good area to negotiate with. Cool. Moving on to our next example, we have a 2017. This one's going to be an S as well. We can see it's on some aftermarket wheels. This is an S, and it is a 2017, so it's going to have minimal packages. You can see no lighting package, no performance pack, of course, and of course, it's not going to have any type of what's it called? I'm so tired, man. It's almost 9 o'clock. Wow. It's not going to have any sort of driver's assistance package. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Black. The wheels, I don't know what's going on with these wheels. Again, with stuff like this, you want to make sure that the original wheels are included with the sale. If not, you're going to definitely knock off some price. 13 they're asking. It only has 105,000 miles only. This has 105,000 miles and they want 13. I mean, I guess it's a base 2017 last model year, so of course it's worth a little bit more. However, with 105,000 miles, I'd be willing to go up to maybe 10.5 for this. 10.5. Yeah, 10.5. I don't think anything higher than that. Just get another car. Cool. Moving on to our next example. We have a 2017. This one's going to be an Autobahn. You can see here off the bat, it is an actual Autobahn. We do have the lighting package. We do have the automatic climate control, automatic cruise control. We also do have the performance package. Again, all standard with the 2017 Autobahn. The only thing we're looking for is going to be those extra stuff right here, and it is not present. So this does not have the made-to-order driver's assistance package, which is very rare on these cars because you really had to call the factory up and ask them for it. So yeah, this is pretty much fully loaded as far as fully loaded goes for a 2017 Autobahn. Sunroof, everything here is in red. I do love these in red. I think red is my favorite. Tornado red for these are really my favorite color. 100,000 miles this car has, and they're asking 17 grand for it. Yeah, I think maybe I'd be around the $14,500 or $15,000 mark for this one. I think that would be fair. 14.5, 15 grand for a 2017 last model year for the Mk7 Autobahn. I'd be willing to pay more if it had the optional driver's assistance package. However, as you can see, we looked through so many, and this is not just me picking out random ones and I happen to not find ones with the driver's assistance options. I really could not find a car with that. Like, people did not order that from the factory, and they didn't really send that many out. Anyway, here we have a Sport. So, well, I believe Sports have black mirror caps, first of all. So this one doesn't. It does not have automatic cruise control, but it does have the performance pack. So that could be, it could be a Sport. Let's look at the interior. Nope, this is not a Sport. Hate to break it to you guys, this is an SE. The Sport is going to have the cloth seats. This has leather seats. They show the seat controls as well. No. But yeah, this has the leather seats. Look at the center console. I mean, we can tell there. Yep, no dual zone climate control here. This is single zone with leather seats, meaning it is an SE. The good thing is the SE comes standard with the performance pack as well as the lighting package for the 2017 models, as we can see. So performance pack, lighting package. However, it is an SE, so no automatic cruise control, no driver's assistance stuff at all. This is a really not a bad way to go if you can get one for a good price. 101,000 miles, and they're asking 14.7 for this. I mean, it's an SE, it's not an Autobahn. If it was an Autobahn, that'd be a good deal. However, it being an SE, it's missing a lot of features in terms of technology. I say for me, I'd be willing to go up to 13.5. They're pretty close, but 13.5 for a 100,000 mile 2017 SE. The fact that they represented it wrong, they called it a Sport, means that either they're not very careful people, or they really don't know the car. So you can kind of try to negotiate on that sense. Like, this is not a Sport, it's an SE, but technically an SE is nicer than a Sport. So I don't know how well it's going to work out for you. Anyway, that wraps up the ads for today. So again, tried a little bit a different time today. I realize that it is Friday, so it might not have been the best time to try to go for a late show simply because people have things to do on Friday, but it is what it is. I've been not feeling too well this week, so hopefully next week I'll be a little bit better. We'll try to do more regulated show times next week. I'll probably do it around 6. Let's say 6 o'clock all next week. I'm going to do shows. But going back to the Golf GTI, to find the best one, first of all, I suggest avoiding the 2015 models. These had the most problems. They had the most recalls. So avoid the 2015 models. I suggest getting a 16 or a 17. If you get a 16, make sure to get an if you get a 16, you can go a bunch of different ways. If you want something that's more lightweight and more performance oriented, get an S. Get a manual S with the performance package. That is going to be a good way to go. I also suggest getting a lighting package no matter what version of the car you get. The lighting package is going to be a very key package in terms of the way it looks and the way, like, you know, if you're driving along and your lights are like yellow and they don't look that great, the lighting package is going to make the way everything looks in front of you look way better. So highly suggest getting a lighting package. Plus, it looks better. Yeah. It depends on the type of people you hang around in, but some people I know that they would roast you for having the base package lights, which is really funny. So get the lighting package. Driver's assistance package, not as necessary, but if you want the most equipped car, the highest sale, how do I say this? The highest price you can get for a car when you go to sell it, get the driver's assistance package. However, it's really hard to find a car with the full driver's assistance package. If you get a 2017, it comes with like a driver's assistance package light. I say that because it comes with automatic cruise control and some of the features. However, if you get a 2016, I would highly recommend getting the driver's assistance package because it comes with the automatic cruise control or adaptive cruise control. That is a big option for me, at least. You guys can take that how you want. If you don't really care about automatic cruise control, you don't have to spend the extra money on the driver's assistance package. But for me, I'd make sure to have, if I was getting a 2016, it would have to have the driver's assistance package. If I was getting a 2017, I wouldn't really care about it because, again, in 2017, they changed to only include rear park pilot, park assist, lane assist, and high beam control. So that doesn't really matter to me. I more care about the automatic cruise control. And in terms of physically spotting that, it'll have the camera in the lower grille. Dynamic chassis control, we really didn't cover that today because it's really hard to find. Really hard to find physically in terms of pictures. You have to actually go through the menu. If your menu mode, like say you go through the modes and you have a comfort mode, it means you have the DCC adaptive suspension optioned on your car. So keep that in mind. Just make sure to cycle through the modes in order to tell whether you have that or not. Get a 2016 or 2017. Avoid the 2015. If you want an S, go for the S. You can get the power upgrade for the S with 2016 only. So keep that in mind. I always say that. I need to figure out a new thing to say. 2017's performance package does not come with the S, only the SE and the Autobahn. And keep in mind, I said it again. Also, the performance package is standard on the SE and the Autobahn for 2017. So if you want to go the easier route, get a 2017. You're gonna have a lot more features standard. Get an Autobahn 2017 if you want the most features standard. If you want the cheapest one, get a 2016 S with the performance package or something like that. Lighting package, of course, but that is all optional. Performance package is really what you need in order to make the most sporty car. But again, a lot of people, this is an everyday car. Performance package is really for enthusiasts only. So yeah, it's not two options. It's going to be kind of harder to find, and of course it's going to have a premium. My ideal one would probably be a 2017 Autobahn. Just say that off the bat. You'll get the most things standard, and you're also going to have the performance package. You're going to have the lighting package. You're going to have most of the driver's assistance stuff, all the stuff you need. And the Autobahn is going to have dual zone climate control, nav, all that good stuff. You know me, I like to have as many options as possible. So Autobahn for me. However, I know a lot of people who go for these cars, the S will do. And SE is in the middle. I don't really see the point in getting an SE. Just get an Autobahn. You're missing out on a lot of stuff with the SE. So either S or Autobahn for me. Cool. All right. That pretty much wraps it up. Shout out to everyone who made it this far. How many likes do we have? We have 5 likes. Let's get some more likes. Like, man, I'm trying to get to 10 likes. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. 85% of you guys aren't subscribed. And I do this every day. So it's like the least you could do is like and subscribe. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for today. I see this chat was a little bit slow, but again, changed my time. So the usuals can't really make it in. And I also understand this is a Mk7 GTI. It's not the most exciting car. However, we cover all cars here on the channel. We don't discriminate. So I wanted to cover something like this. More for everyday people, more for people who are looking to get something that's cool, but can't or don't want to break the bank. All right, that wraps it up for today. I will see you guys on Monday. Actually, let's see what car I'm going to do Monday. So I'm kind of deciding on whether or not I want to do more SUVs next week. Man, there's a ton. I'm trying to do the Escalade. I think it's a GMT 800 Escalade, the Tacoma, maybe even the Ram TRX. Not too sure. I think I'll decide this weekend. Might do the Escalade. I think the Escalade would be pretty exciting. A lot of people do like that generation of the GM trucks in general. They're really expensive. So we'll go over why they're so expensive and what all the features, options, probably the usual stuff, man. Again, it's been a long week. Hopefully I feel better next week. I woke up this morning feeling super sick. Shout out to Ahmed. Again, he was the reason why I did this video. I was actually supposed to film his video this morning, but I didn't make it. Like, I woke up super late. It was just not a good day for me. But anyway, it's whatever. I'll see you guys on Monday with the Escalade probably. And hope you guys have a great weekend. As always, peace. Have a good one. And